من فقط به خدمت حضار تبریک عرض بکنم سال نو رو و عرض سلام خدمتشون داشته باشم و از این ملاقات خیلی خرسندم.
First of all, I want to congratulate the new year and wish you a happy new year. And I am so delighted to be here with you, meeting you. I would like to know that whether you prefer that I start a topic, discussing it, and then wait for your interventions, questions, and comments, or you want to start asking me things or want me to listen to your comments. If I want to discuss something, to start discussing some topic, I prefer to choose the meaning of aql, intellect, or reason, whatever you want to call, in my own understanding. I think that a large portion of the crisis which is happening in understanding each other, as far as academic circles are concerned, comes from our different definition or different understanding of aql, of intellect. There is a usual definition of aql, of this faculty in human kind, in the philosophical elaborations in the West. But I have my own understanding and my own definition. Then if I go through that, definitely we should touch the meaning of spirituality. Whether the meaning of spirituality would be what is generally referred to in the Western civilization, and that is spirituality is something that finally resolves to being good to others and take care of some codes of morality and thinking of the goodness for human nature, for humankind. Therefore, if we are a spiritual person, we devote ourselves to establish codes of morality and encourage people to do good things like charity or taking care of other people. Is this the meaning of spirituality or no? For him, spirituality is a discipline which connects us to a higher level, transcendental level of understanding from a metaphysical world and transcendental realm of understanding, which will be connected to revelation, the essence of revelation, and other kinds of connection that connects us to the metaphysical paradigm. Then, if this is the case, what is the relation and what is the position of aql toward that kind of spirituality in the second meaning? I mean, spirituality as a discipline which is a bridge, which provides us with intellectual facilities to get connected to the supreme world, supreme layers of universe. If this is the meaning of that, then what is the relation of aql with it? Now, would you prefer that he started discussing this matter.
Yes.
Okay?
Complete.
Go ahead. درست گفتم. شما همون دیسیپلین رو دارید.
این در واقع جمع میشه دیگه، یک زمانی هم خاطر کلام من سوال پرسیدم در ادامه میشه دیگه.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. من سالروز ولادت حضرت موسی بن جعفر امام هفتم شیعیان رو خدمت دوستان همه تبریک عرض میکنم. بنده معتقدم که برخلاف نظر کانت که میگوید من تعریف نمی کنم، همینجور پیش میریم تا خودتون در ضمن کار بفهمید مطلب چیه. بنده معتقدم ما باید از همون آغاز تعریف کنیم تا مخاطب ما بدونه که بحث ما بر سر چیست.
منظورتون تعریف هر دیسیپلین،
هر موضوعی.
اسم من قسمت من ترجمه کنم. First of all, I want to pay tribute to the seventh Imam of Shi'i, Musa ibn Ja'far, the son of Imam Sadiq, peace be upon him, because today is his birthday as well. And so this is a good occasion that we are starting the new year here with that memory. Going back to my philosophical discussion, I generally think, in disagreement with Immanuel Kant, because he believes that there is no need that we put forward a clear definition of the topic we are discussing. He believes that let us forget about clear definition, we proceed to our intellectual deliberation. During that procedure, you will understand what do we mean by the topic we are discussing. I don't think that's a good method. I think that we have a clear definition from the start so that our audience know that what is the core of our real discussion and what is the boundaries that we are providing us with that.
من تقریباً حدود 60 ساله با مسائل فلسفی و کلامی سر و کار دارم. کتاب‌های عرفانی و کلامی و فلسفی و حالا فقه و اصول و اینها رو هم دیدم و همیشه دیدم که افراد با هم دیگر دعوا میکنن. یکی میبینی یا عارفی مثل مولوی عقل رو به کلی کنار میاندازه، تقریبا 600 و چند معنی برای عقل، مورد برای عقل آوردن، 600 یا 620 و چند مورد در مثنوی کلمه عقل رو به کار بود. حافظ همینجور عقل و عشق رو با هم بینشون ناسازگاری میبین. فقها فیلسوفا رو ترک میکنن. عالمان علوم تجربی ما بعد طبیعه رو انکار میکنن، میگن این با عقل سازگار نیست. فیلسوفا یافته های عرفانی رو رد میکنن، میگن این با عقل سازگار نیست. این دعوا و درگیری بالاخره بر سر چیست؟ این عقل چیه که این همه سرش دعواست؟
I have been engaged in these topics for more than 60 years. I was busy with books in mystical understanding, theological, philosophical, jurisprudence, principles of jurisprudence, and my life experience is telling me that I am watching a scene that figures are quarreling, are disputing each other continuously. From one side, a mystical figure like Jalaluddin Mawlavi, he completely rejects the authority of Aql. And is about more than 600 times that in Masnavi, that we were discussing yesterday, he refers to Aql in different contexts. On the other hand, a figure like Hafiz, his main paradigm is explaining the challenge, the continuous challenge between aql and love, and ishq and love. I think it's better to not to translate the word ishq to love. You know what ishq means, because ishq in our terminology is not the same as what is translated as love in the English language. Therefore, I may ask your permission to refer to this, to the original word, ishq and aql. However, Hafiz, in the whole work of Hafiz, we see a continuous fight between aql and ishq. They are described to be basically incompatible to each other. On one hand, fuqaha, jurists, masters of jurisprudential knowledge, they refute urafa, they refute mystics. They don't want to accept them. On the other hand, priests, people of empirical knowledge, of the basic sciences, they refuse to accept metaphysical understanding. On the other hand, philosophers are against mystics and argue with them because they claim that what you say is not compatible with aql. And our reference point as philosophers is supposed to be aql, while your understanding of the mystical truth does not rely on that, but rather relies on other faculties that he will explain. Therefore, this fighting scene has been continuing. Then what is the nature of this aql that the fight around it will not end? What is this?
And هم لغتنامه وبستر رو دیدم، شاید 50 معنی برای وبستر، چه 50 معنی برای عقل کرد. و لغتنامه های فارسی رو دیدم، تعریف مرحوم صدرا رو از عقل 6 معنی برای عقل ذکر میکنه. غزالی 4 معنی، مفردات راغب باز چند معنی ذکر میکنن. در همه اینها یک معنی اصله و اون این است که عقل قوه ادراک، قوه ادراک، faculty of perception or faculty of knowledge.
I referred to different dictionaries, encyclopedias. In Webster, you see more than 40, 50 different meanings for reason, for act,
Reason or intellect.
or intellect. In Persian encyclopedias, you see the same. When I look at Mullah Sadra's deliberations and his works, there are different meanings. At least 6 meanings you can derive from Mullah Sadra. Imam Muhammad Ghazali introduced 4 meanings. In Mufradat al-Raghib, which is a book who is discussing, giving meaning to the different terminologies and words used in the Quran, again, because in the Quran you see frequently the usage of aql, Mufradat al-Raghib different approach it from different angles. What is common among all of this kind of different approach is that aql is the faculty, as he said, is the faculty of perception. It's the faculty of gaining knowledge. Ma'arafa.
اگر عقل همون قوه ادراکه، همون استعداد فهمه و آروری هم در ترجمه قرآن عقل رو understanding معنی کرده. جالبه، دیگران به این تنبه نکردن. اگر عقل همون قوه ادراکه، از خودش هیچی نداره.
By the way, I forgot to say that Arbery, in his translation of the Quran, he translated the term of aql to understanding, and others did not refer to that in this context. If we come to the conclusion that aql is the faculty of perception, the faculty of gaining knowledge, this means that aql is only an instrument, doesn't have anything essentially from itself.
And in itself, it is empty from everything. خالی از هر چیز.
So aql is an instrument which is an empty set. Is an empty set. It is only like a mirror for understanding.
و هر چی کار می کند بر روی داده ها، دیتا کار می کند. دیتا میاد در اختیارش قرار می گیرد و این قوه این داده ها رو تجزیه تحلیل می کند. مثلا میگه این کتاب از این بزرگتره، از این سنگینتره، این سیاهه، این بنفشه، آبیه، زرده، این مطلب توشه، این نیست. در حقیقت کار این فقط تحلیل داده هاست و از خودش هیچی نداره.
In this sense, whatever aql is doing is to receive data data and try to classify, to analyze, and to compare the results from different data together. Therefore, Al is telling us that among this data that I received, this is the relation of this is that in the if in the sense of ordinary life, the description will happen through the Aql analysis to understand how we can face different data, but Aql does not have any original intervention into the domain of data.
من بعدها برخوردم به یه نکته که مرحوم علامه طباطبایی در جلد دوم المیزان می‌فرماد که در جواب کسانی که میگویند فلان مطلب با عقل ناسازگاره، ایشون می‌فرماد عقل از خودش هیچی نداره، فقط تناقض رو درک میکنه، contradiction. ولی بنده معتقدم که همون تناقض هم باید چیزی از بیرون بیاد. تا چیزی از بیرون نیاد عقل نمیتونه بگه که این مثلا محال است، هم باشد هم نباشد. تناقض اینه.
Later on in my studies, I came through the work of Allama Tabatabai on Tafsir, Al-Mizan. In the second volume, I found that he claims that Aql has nothing from itself, but the only thing that Aql can perform is to understand tanaquz, contradiction. So, contradiction means that Aql is telling us that it is not possible that the item A exists and at the same time does not exist. Something cannot have two states of being or not being. This is contradiction. What Allama Tabatabai said, that the main faculty of Aql is this. But I think that if this is the case, even distinguishing the case of Tanaquz, Aql needs from informations from outside of it. Means that if Aql does not receive signs or criteria from outside world, means from data system, even cannot distinguish and cannot decide about the possibility, decide that this is tanaquz, this is contradiction or not. Therefore, even in this case, the power of Aql is not original. Depends on the external source.
خب این قوه درک ممکن است که یعنی این عقل که گفتیم به معنی قوه ادراکه ممکن است از طریق این اندامهای حسی چیزی رو دریافت کنند، یعنی دیتاهای حسی باشد و ممکن است از غیر این باشد، یعنی روح آدمی به وسیله قوای درونی خودش یافته‌هایی داشته باشد، داده‌هایی به دست بیاورد از ورای این عالم محسوس.
این چیزی که جناب علی میگید یا
آره.
این که اونا میگن؟ شما
نه
میگید.
این بنده میگم. یعنی اونا ممکنه بگن ولی بنده میگم که ما یک ابزار حسی داریم، این 5 تا حس که از محسوسات چیزی به دست میارن و نفس قوایی هم دارد که به وسیله اونها داده هایی از ورای این محسوسات به دست می آورد. عقل همونها رو هم تجزیه تحلیل می کند. یعنی اون عارف هم عقل داره، منتها عقلش روی داده های ورای حس کار می کند.
The faculty of Aql may receive data from our sensual sources, and from what we can empirically understand from our 5 major senses that we have. Okay, this is true, but I believe that the Aql also receives some kind of understanding, some kind of comments, some kind of opinions from the core of the spirit of humankind. Therefore, Aql not only analyze and classify and define the relation between different sensual data that they receive from outside world or empirical data, rather